Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to round one of the Rugby Europe Super Cup. A really busy weekend to get this great competition underway. We're in the Netherlands today for Delta versus Lusitanos. Great season last year for Lusitanos. Delta still building like every team in this competition, but as we've already seen, anything can happen. Teams full of optimism, great Dutch sunshine here, and both teams looking to get their competition off to the best possible start. We'll be hearing from the coaches, from some of the players before we get underway. Of course, all of the preparation that goes into not just the season, but the game itself is already underway. We've got great company today. Great to have you wherever you're watching around the world. And great to have the company of Rocky Clark as well. Rocky, a lot of excitement building up. We've had one great day of rugby and we're strapping in for another one.
I know, right? What a great weekend for it. Really excited for this. It's going to be a great game. Both teams are going to throw everything at it. We see people lay their markers of how they're going to be this season.
Well, a lot of new names, and I think that is the nature of this competition. A lot of the forwards for Lusitanos, that successful year last year, have kept their places. So coming off the back of a pre-season, coming into a new season, you've set your markers, but when the referee's whistle goes, you're a player, you're a coach, as we see some of the results that we've already had today. What are you looking for from players? Is it maximum effort or is it results driven already?
No, you just want to see the team gel. You want to see people standing up, being counted, putting themselves about the park. You want to see physicality, and obviously, you know, when early on in the season, you get rugby conditioned. Just work things out. We need to get these games underway to then have our work on for next time and see how well people have been going over the summer.
Well, this is the second game in the Western Conference. Iberians got a crushing victory over the Devils yesterday. I did that one with Adam Ash, and Iberians really laid a marker down. That is a record score in the Rugby Europe Super Cup as they look to go better than the semi-finals last year. And you were at the other game, and there was a bit of a shock there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. I was doing Romanian Wolves versus Tel Aviv.
Well, let's have a look at the coin toss. We'll come back to that one afterwards.
The coin.
This is the first opportunity. Players, captains, coaches to look each other in the eye. Have you got a preference, Rocky? What do you rather do? Do you rather kick off or receive the kick?
I personally prefer to receive the kick, and then you're straight in the game and you can set the tone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Getting your hands on the ball and getting ready to go. Win that first collision, then anything is possible. Well, let's take a look at the team then for Delta. A lot of new names, but they have got a very experienced coach at the helm. Welsh legend Lynn Jones. He's done it all over the world. And when you're looking to build a program like Delta are, like all of these people are, to have an experienced head driving the standards is absolutely imperative. For Lusitanos, a lot of familiar faces in the pack, but a lot of new faces in the backline, and a switch around as well. As these teams look to find their best formulas, they've moved positions. We've had scrum halves moving into the centre, but that experienced pack will be a great platform, well, provide a great platform to try and get this team on the front foot and make an early statement as they look to go one better than last season. Rocky, how much can we look at last season? Of course, you want to build on success if you've got yourself to the final, but realistically, it's a fresh start for everyone. So many new, huge opportunity. In fact, we're going to hear from Lynn Jones,
and I'm here with Coach Lynn from Team Delta. It's a new season, a new team, a new coach. How do you enter the season? How do you feel about today?
I really don't know, to be honest. We're just excited to be playing, and it's a beautiful day for great rugby. We have a long path to improve Delta and to be competitive, so I hope today we can be competitive with Lusitanos, who've got a different agenda for World Cup also. So it's going to be a good game, and I hope we can be competitive for as long as we can. Thank you.
Enjoy the game. I'm here with Lusitanos coach Luis. He's ended his last season really well, and I'm really expecting you to tell me how is today going to be, going into a new season. How do you feel? What is your goal?
And our goal is the same as last season, to prepare the team for the national team, to get the guys with game time and to have the same system. So that, and this season, then in November, we have the repechage phase in Dubai, to try to achieve the World Cup, and that's our main goal. And as usual, last year we managed to reach the final of this competition, and we're trying to go at least for the same.
Well, thanks, and I hope it's an enjoyable game to watch.
Cool.
Cheers.
Thanks, bye.
5 minutes to go until kick-off. A warm welcome wherever you're watching around the world to this Rugby Europe Super Cup game. It's Delta versus Lusitanos. Great to hear from both coaches there. Something struck me there from hearing from the Portuguese coach, Rocky. They are very, very ambitious about what they want to achieve in this sport. They want to get to the latter stages of this competition. Of course, the men's international team looking to get that World Cup berth as well. They're a country that are going in the right direction and playing some great rugby.
Yeah, they're one of the up-and-coming countries that I've been really excited about for the last few years. And just how much they've got in firepower in the forwards and the excitement and the flair in the backs. They can certainly do something special here today.
And as for Delta, tough results last season, but bringing in a coach like Lynn Jones, who's brought teams to great success as a player, as a coach, he's done it all around the world. That shows us that they want to move in the right direction and they want to make a big dent in this competition as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We know Lynn's done a lot of good things in rugby, and he's just going to be the leader that's going to bring everyone up with him. He's going to have standards that he's expecting to make. It's going to take a while. We're not suddenly going to see results flying left, right, and centre. They've got to build, and they've got different things, KPIs that they're going to be looking for each game. So key performance indicators like maybe how quick the ruck speed is, how many tackles they make, how many tries they get, that kind of thing.
Well, the teams are on their way out. The sun is shining. Glorious, glorious conditions for these two teams to kick off their Rugby Europe Super Cup season. The kids are out with the flags as well. This really does have the feeling of a special occasion. Delta versus Lusitanos, last year's finalists, and boy oh boy was it a great final as well. Just 3 points separated them and the eventual champions Black Lion, who also go today. And that kicks off in about an hour's time. You can watch it, of course, after you finish this game on Rugby Europe TV. All of the games in this great competition, live and uninterrupted coverage. And we look forward to you joining us for all of them. The officials are ready to go as well. Everybody moving in the right direction in terms of building this Rugby Europe Super Cup. But a moment for the teams to gather their thoughts before this one. It's Delta versus Lusitanos live.
Welkom, buenos dias, buenos dias in het rugbystadion hier in Eemland. Vandaag wordt de wedstrijd door Roemeense scheidsrechters geleid as Romanian officials today. The head ref will be Christian Serban, his assistants will be Miguel Fagradu, Elena Jancanadu, de captain van Team Delta aan de rechterkant voor u is Hugo Langelaan en de captain van Lusitano uit Portugal is Joao Bella. Geniet van de wedstrijd en een fijne dag. Enjoy the match.
Well, the stadium announcer says enjoy the match, and I've got a feeling we are going to enjoy this one. We've seen some brilliant tries, some brilliant rugby already, but now it is time for these two teams to go head-to-head. Rocky, final thoughts before we get underway. Christian Serban of Romania takes control of this one. Firstly, for Delta, second favourites today. What do you want to see from them early on to try and impose themselves on this game?
Yeah, I know it's a cliche, but do the simple things well. Make sure they retain ball, play in the right areas, and build phases. And anything can happen, but we certainly know that these guys really need to gel and make sure the breakdown is absolutely key at keeping their own ball.
And as for Lusitanos, of course, high expectations. But first things first, they need to perform well today.
Okay, okay, let's go, guys. Ready? Yeah. Ready?
And referee Christian sorted out the comms problems. And we are ready to go. Opening game of the season for these two teams. Rugby Europe Super Cup. We are underway. Delta against Lusitanos. And an early carry for Lusitanos. They're going to get their hands on the ball. Try and send some of those big men forward. A first carry for Eusebio. And the box kick clear. So Delta are going to get their hands on the ball inside their own half. Decent take. And a good chase as well. Oh, and turned over by Lusitanos from the knock-on. Kicked into space, and now Delta from deep. Tornembal. Oh, good feet from the fullback. He's pinned down in his own 22. And Balcom thought about the box kick, but instead sends his back rower, Viorenga, into the conflict zone. This time he does hack it clear, high from the box kick. Good, comfortable take, and a good impact as well from Cardoso Pinto. Penalty advantage here for Lusitanos, so a chance to whip it wide and let the quick boys do some work, which they do. Shalbello, the captain, at inside centre today. Now Costa, big collision from the loose head. Little jink over the top. On for the hooker to try and run on to Duarte Dinez. But the referee playing advantage will take us all the way back.
No.
And having been taken in the air, Manuel Cardoso Pinto, despite winning that collision,
Took it in the air, okay?
it will be a penalty for Lusitanos and a decision for them to make. Will it be points? Will it be corner? Well, it'll be corner. An early show of confidence.
Okay, what a fast-paced opening 2 minutes into the game. I'd be reaching for my oxygen tank at this.
Oh, on a hot day like that, fresh off a pre-season, the lungs will be ripping red raw already.
Sure will be.
It's a decent line-up ball from Diniz. And he comes away with it. Decent tackle as well by the open side for Delta, but Lusitanos already knocking on the door of the 22 and flooding forward. Lovely ball, lovely line, lovely try. Cardoso Pinto dots down under the sticks and Lusitanos cut loose early.
Basics done well there, wasn't it? Excellent line out by Diniz, and then he got the wraparound ball, carried hard, ball out to Cardoso Pinto. Easy for him, just a hot knife through butter. He went through. 3 minutes in, an easy score.
Well, first attack really, and a show of intent as well. But just like you said at the beginning, you need to get the fundamentals of the game right, don't you? Your line out, your ruck speed, and Lusitanos have done all of that. And Cardoso Pinto with a fantastic finish, but all the hard work was done for him.
It's normal in any game, isn't it, with the forwards?
Well, yeah, you're the grafters, I know you are. But you don't always get the...
Piano pushers, not the players, right?
I mean, I'm not at liberties to say that. You can say that, I can't say that. The extras added by Pedro Lucas. Let's take another look at this. And for an outside back, that's the dream, isn't it? Early in the season, nice big hole to run into. On a beautiful sunny day on a hard track.
Yeah, nice fast pitch. Happy days. Not even a forward in sight for him to go have to go around.
Well, a couple of communication problems out there for referee Christian and his team. And what that does do is give Delta a few moments to compose themselves, because Lusitanos have arrived, and they have arrived quickly.
Yeah. Time on. Go. Sorry, guys.
So shoot will get us back underway. He's kicked that one into no man's land, so it'll be an easy take for Lusitanos and a chance to exit. Again, sending the big men forward. This time it's David Costa, the loose head. Boxes up towards halfway. It's going to be just short. That's not a great attempt at the take. Bello gathers the ball, but they kick it straight back to Delta. A lot of bodies committed over there on the far side. Not even 5 minutes gone yet. Lusitanos look pretty hungry in defence as well. Gain line is hard work for Delta, so they go to the boot. Oh, and that one's gone out on the full. And those are the mistakes that you can help, aren't they? No real pressure on the kick.
Yeah, those unforced errors aren't going to be helping anybody. They'll be disappointed with that, and it's just an easy out for Lusitanos to get easy possession and in a good place to attack from.
They're right on the halfway line. Duarte Diniz was on the money with his first darts.
Green on the line. Stay there. In front of her, not there.
The referee still having some problems with his comms. We can just about hear him. Hopefully you guys can at home as well. He is clearing his instruction to Duarte Diniz. Wants it taken from exactly where the mark is. He finds his second row, Andrade. Smart hands there. It was just whipped inside from João Bello, the captain. Room both ways to work with. That tip on, it was Francisco Bruno taking the ball quite deep. And this is fluid from Lusitanos. Great hands in close quarters. Still just 6 minutes gone. And the visitors already back on the front foot.
The pass forward.
Pass gone forward. Moment you always look forward to, Rocky. The first set scrum. What are we looking for here?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. And as we know, probably statistically, most first scrums, they take a little while to settle in. Sometimes they get reset. So we're going to be looking for, we need Delta to get themselves into the game. They need a foothold into the game. They need a really solid scrum. But as we know, the experience that they've got in Lusitanos is it's going to be a real battle up front.
4 of the 5 in the front row for Lusitanos are the ones that started the final last time out. So the engine room and the front row, very, very experienced, but new names in for Delta, and they've been selected. Can they set a platform here? The ball comes out. A little bit scrappy up front, but now a chance for Delta to go on first phase, but Dawn and Bal knocks that one on.
Stop.
That's tough when he's going full tilt, isn't it? And he's at real pace, and that pass just went behind him, so he tried to get his hands on, just took his eyes off the ball. That was a real opportunity. The scrum had gone really well, solid scrum, platform to attack off, and then an unforced error.
Well, we're going to have another look. And if that first scrum's anything to go by, this is going to be a really interesting battle this afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. Both teams are going to be looking to make a mark. You can get a referee's opinion of you will come from early scrummages, who's got the dominance that carries across the maul as well.
Lusitanos put in this time. Another solid scrum. It drops down on this near side. On the Van der Slyt and Costa side. Oh, carving through go Lusitanos. Great cover tackle, but they're flooding forward again. Rossa wearing 11, but popping up on the right wing. Now Lucas sends João Granate into the coalface. Oh no, that's a lovely ball. Creates some space on the outside. And it's the hooker out there, Diniz. They just about catch up with him and the ball goes forward, but that pass to create space. Beautiful hands from Lusitanos.
Exceptional play there. Unlucky not to get the score. Perhaps having the hooker on the edge may have been a different story if it was the winger, but certainly a good attempt. the speed at the breakdown is really, really hard for Delta to get into the game. So they need to be doing what they can, put in some big double hits, try and slow down the momentum of Lusitanos. Look at that pass, beautiful pass out to the outside centre, Vidana.
Oh, just across the face, the distribution beautiful.
Let's go, guys.
Duarte Diniz hanging out there. I mean, we do love a front rower out on the wing. We all do. However, sometimes you just need a speed merchant out there. As we approach 10 minutes, it remains Delta 0, Lusitanos 7. Great to see the supporters here, all ages out enjoying rugby in the sunshine. Very, very different to the conditions that we had in the game in Belgium yesterday, where it was hosing it down with rain. Still managed 9 tries though, and some great handling as well. But this more like it. Proper early season conditions, hard, fast tracks, hard, fast rugby. And this is the third scrum of the game. Oh, that's a dangerous kick. It's been charged down, and this could be trouble. Oh, well, they've got away with one there, Delta. Goodness me.
I would be raging if I got up from a scrum and the 10 tried to do a little dink over that gets charged down. They're lucky they got away with that for sure. I don't know, what was he doing?
Or have they got away with it? Because Cardoso Pinto's back on the ball. Has that gone forward? No, says the referee. And again, it's Diniz hanging out there on the wing. He's a back 3 boy trapped in a hooker's body. Well, the ball's been turned over again, and Delta have got another chance to exit. Well, they've spotted the knock-on. Well.
There's a lot of offloading going on here. The pace that they're getting these offloads, drawing and passing, the flooding through. They've clearly done a lot of prep in pre-season to get that support play. And it's just so hard as defenders. When they get in behind you, you're chasing back. And A, it's really hard on the lungs. B, it's hard to make the tackles. They've broken through the line. Like, this is exceptional play from Lusitanos.
They are turning the screw. And field position-wise, that is certainly a part of the game that they're dominating. Delta struggling with the exit, whether it's been the hopeful chips inside their own 22 or box kicking directly into touch. That's a better carry. Van Spattendonk, the inside centre, gets some gain line. Big tackle from Jose Andrade for Lusitanos. Second rower in the middle of the park, dishing it out. Now, Christian wants a word with the AR. What have they seen?
Your number 3 has to use your arms when he tackles, okay? Your number 3 has to use his arms to wrap the player when he tackles, okay? This is the last warning for him, okay? So, could be a penalty here. Let's go. No. Time on.
No arms tackle, 3 on 3. Van der Sleep tackled by Bruno. He's gone in for one of those chops. I tell you what, he's a very big speed bump. It's Francisco Bruno. Shoot. Finds a safe touch this time, having missed it last time. Now Delta will have the line out. The scrums look pretty solid.
Yeah, so far scrums have been going well. Just need to see what they bring in the line out now.
Vargamaka, oh, he's put under immediate pressure, and Lusitanos turn it over. Already they're looking to put width on it. Another beautifully threaded pass. Vidina gets on the outside again, but he's lost it in contact, and now it's Delta. Oh, knocked on one way, then the other, and they're getting these tiny opportunities, these little crumbs to feed off, and they're not being able to take advantage of them yet.
No, they're very, very small crumbs, aren't they? They need to put a few together. to be able to progress there. I noticed that when they got outside the 22, they seem to be overplaying 5-6 phases, and when you're not getting any success from that, that's when you need to think about that territory game, turning the opposition and playing in the right areas, rather than risking a turnover and not going anywhere.
But it will be Delta ball. Width to work with. And the chance to launch a first phase attack. Definitely behind here, Delta, not just on the scoreboard, but in terms of territory. But while there's just one score in it, we've still got a game on, and that's a good, heavy midfield carry. Now the big man, Van der Sleekte. Oh, turnover ball, Lusitanos seizing the opportunity. Duarte Diniz, tell you what, he's been hanging out on the wing, but he's done a good job in midfield there.
He's everywhere. I feel like there's three of him. Fair play. He's very, very quick over the ball. So we saw Jansen van der Sleet carry the ball hard, but he got tackled by Bruno. But he landed on his side, so they didn't have any ball presentations. It's so easy for Diniz really quickly to latch onto the ball and get the turnover.
Clamping down. Well, Lusitanos did miss touch, but it was cleared upfield, so they will get the line out, just 20 metres further up than they thought they might be. And they look organised first phase attack, so let's see if they've got a little bit of magic for us here, Lusitanos. Diniz finds his man, it's Granate, the back rower. And again, the width comes on immediately. That ball at the back creating space. Cardoso Pinto chips into the 22. He'll chase his own kick, needs a bit of luck. Schoonemaker snuffs out the danger for now. Fricano, the second rower, steadies the ship. It's Francisco Bruno making the tackle. He's been busy as well. They're taking their time to clear the lines, Delta.
Stop. Captain with number 8. Stop.
Manuel Picao Eusebio might be in a bit of trouble here.
Like the last one, he will go for 10 minutes. Tackle without wrapping the player, okay?
Yellow card. Very, very interesting. The second time that's happened, tackling low without the arms. And Manuel Picao Eusebio sent to the bin.
But they're clearly working on these chop tackles, so they just need to get these arms down. The bravery and the intent is right, going low, going for the legs. But you must wrap the arms. It's a really simple thing to fix, okay, because you want to chop these big guys down like felling a tree. You want to go low, you have to go around the whole of it.
And it's good observation by the referee, because when it's happening with big players so quickly, very often it's easy to let those slide, particularly because there's so much concentration on the high tackle now. Player safety is paramount, as that's a decent take by Francisco Rosa. And a good box kick from Lucas into space, loads of space. Where's it going to bounce? Oh, that's sensational. Pedro Lucas spots the gap in behind. 50-22, Duarte Diniz will be licking his lips here.
Yeah, he's got to be expected to go over here, I'd have thought. Be interested to see if they have a forward in at scrum half. That will demonstrate whether they go for a drive or not.
Got to find his man first. Oh, he's overthrown it by a mile.
Not straight.
Oh, that is a chance. That is a chance gone begging.
He's got so excited about scoring the tries, he's lobbed it over, hasn't he?
Not straight.
Got to do what he can now to put pressure on.
That ball across the face as well is an absolute beauty. Cardoso Pinto, he looks useful. Well, Pedro Lucas will be shaking his head at Duarte Diniz because he put a 5-pointer on a platter for him with that beautiful 50-22. But here we are, 17 and a half minutes gone. Lusitanos down to 14, and it's still Delta 0, Lusitanos 7.
Let's go, couple runs. Same position, same scrum.
Okay, so just a losing of feet there. Problem that happened, the scrum half Van Balcom didn't quite get that little bit of a edge on the ball to get it to go towards his scrum side. It was just laying there in the channel for a little bit. So they just need to iron out a few of these little things, because that could be the difference of winning and losing a scrum.
This is why I love having you on games, because firstly, to get the front row insight. Secondly, other people might have said the hooker didn't get the hook, but you've gone straight in and said it's the scrum half who hasn't got the feed right. And that's more of that, please, Rocky. In it comes this time. Better scrum. Yeah. They've still got to clear from deep. They found themselves in the 22 very often, have Delta. And they've exited with mixed success. Oh, and that's been coughed up. The hooker, Wagamaka, and trouble here. Alarm bells ringing for Delta. Not the cleanest of passes, so Vieira has to clean it up. Now they've got the full width to work with, Lusitanos. Oh, and they're tipping it on. Front rowers putting hands on the ball. All the way back over halfway.
Perhaps don't want to see front rows chucking the ball like that in under pressure, though. There's a few loose passes there. Tell you what, I was really impressed with the winger Schumacher, who's gone over. It was a 2-on-1, and he just got in the eyesight, in the eye line, flew up, so forced the error for them to then be under pressure, and then the props playing bounce passes with each other.
Yeah, so much defending there is instinctual. Another good chop tackle by Lusitanos. Arms involved this time, otherwise they would have been in real trouble. What have you made of Delta's exit? Because they're putting a lot of pressure on the carries for these forwards. Maybe one or two too many, aren't they?
Yeah, as I said earlier, they're overplaying. They just need to play in the right areas and take the pressure off. Kick from their 22, relieve the pressure, make sure that they're not losing ball in front of the sticks, because we nearly had another try then. There's been a few let-offs for Delta by ball handling errors from Lusitanos.
So Bello coming on into the second row for Torgal.
I would make sure that you win the line out, set it up, crash it up, and then try and get to the 15s for your exit, clear your lines.
Martin Bello enters the fray, straight into the engine room. Approaching 20 minutes. Fluid start from Lusitanos. Beautiful try by Manuel Cardoso Pinto to open the scoring. Was converted by the scrum half Pedro Lucas from under the sticks. Since then, a lot of the rugby has been played in this part of the pitch, but Lusitanos failing to get the second score. That's Rosser. Off his wing, looking for work, tackled by Doria. They got the short side, little dart from Lucas. Oh, crossing in midfield, and Lusitanos, their own worst enemy.
Yeah, another let-off for Delta. They're going to be licking their lips for that. How it's only 7-0, I think they'll be fairly surprised. They just need to get a foothold in this game now, don't they? They haven't really been in Lusitanos half, so if they can win their set piece, play the phases, then try and get it out wide once they've drawn in forward, going to have real opportunities.
We all love running rugby, and we all love to see players with the ball in their hands. But I am intrigued by their reluctance to kick in this game so far, particularly when they're inside their own 22. But they have got the chance here, and that's a decent line out. Albers, the number 8, claims it high. And they begin, well, with a very impressive looking maul. They've got up over halfway. Grafting hard for field position here, Delta. Van Bolcom digs. And now they kick. Decent looking kick as well. Got also Pinto. Oh, great feet from the fullback, and now he's away. Looks still keep with the ball in hand. Oh, it's a loose pass, it's a bounce pass, but there could be some space here for Lusitanos. Dropping it on the toe. Big collision off the ball, but Dawn Mbal back inside his own 22. Oh, this is lung-busting stuff. He's coughed the ball up. Oh, no. Oh, no. Delta with half a chance. Another crumb. But it falls Lusitanos' way.
Could have gone either way, couldn't it? If that ball had bounced up, we could be looking at a try. Lusitanos able to shift it wide, and then Dawn Mbal, how he got back, to be cool and calm, footwork to buy time, and then he just loses it at the last second as he's about to get tackled. Spins out of one tackle, spins out of another, and then I think a loose hand just slaps it out of his hand. He'll be really disappointed with that.
Oh, he's beaten 3 players. He's done so well. And then just one hand. I mean, he was running down a blind alley. No one had come back to support him. He didn't have a lot of options, but I mean, I suppose you've got to credit Lusitanos. It was a great chase. That's a lung-busting passage of play, though, isn't it?
To block your attack, but I think for me it's okay.
Sure is. I think most of the front 5 will be loving that it's a little water break, get some oxygen in.
We haven't had any of that kick tennis yet, where sometimes the tight 5 forwards, after 3 or 4, just sort of give up and put their hands on their hips on the halfway line.
Don't know what you're talking about. Never done that before.
Lovely atmosphere here at game day as well. Plenty of families down, people enjoying the rugby, getting behind these relatively new franchises as part of this Rugby Europe Super Cup. Really good competition. An absolute pleasure to bring you the games as well, all available on Rugby Europe TV. We look forward to you joining us on the journey from now until the end of the tournament. If you're watching for the first time, a very warm welcome. If you're back after last year, great back. Oh, as Lusitanos hit the line. But again, failed to convert inside the 22. And coaches, they're always looking for perfection, and they're always looking at work-ons, and red zone conversion is a definite work-on here, because when they face bigger challenges, when they get to the latter stage of the competition, if they get to the latter stage of the competition, they can't afford to pass up this many visits to the 22 against the top teams.
Especially in these conditions as well. Dry day, fast track. We know they haven't quite gelled yet at the start of the season, but you'd certainly be expecting a few less errors here and a bit more accuracy in that 22.
Another scrum inside the 22 for Delta. But another solid scrum. Oh God, I thought they were going to go boot to ball early, but it was good pressure on Shoot. And he does get a good clearance kick in the end.
That's what we want to see, is relieve the pressure. I was saying that, they've just done a quick line out.
Well, Lusitanos, they've won the penalty as well. And their tempo is very, very impressive.
Yeah, the speed they're going at is just so hard to defend.
Ballon mark. Captain, option. Scrum, hold 10-2. Take the scrum, okay?
Oh, goodness me, he's kicked the ball dead.
Captain, it was in a dead ball line, okay? Could be a scrum here.
Well, well, well. Trying to bite off too much touchline. Ends up kicking the ball dead. Another opportunity goes begging for Lusitanos.
I think the coach is going to have a lot to say at half time.
Coach!
15 minutes till half time. Another good scrum. Oh, it's been fumbled at the back.
Knock on by red.
Oh, and he's knocked it on.
Scrum green.
Somebody's coming back. Chris,
Got a feel for that pack, haven't you? Working their socks off. A little knock on means they've got a scrum again. Of course, now that the Lusitanos are up to full complements, 15 on the pitch. Number 8 comes back on.
Yeah, Eusebio back on the pitch after his no-arms tackle. Cost him 10 minutes. Certainly not played like a team that were down to 14.
Say 9.
Pedro Lucas, steadier hands at the back of the scrum for Lusitanos. Now creating some space on the left-hand side. Some space that Roster can stretch his legs into. He puts the anchors on, looks for the inside pass. Great chance here, Cardoso Pinto. Just about stays in field and does very well to do so. But Lusitanos knocking on the door. Back up to 15. In fact, that was Eusebio getting his hands on the ball almost immediately.
Offside number 9.
Oh, Van Balcom offside. Well, going for the safe option here by the looks of things. The tap and go. Oh no, they're going to go for the scrum now. This is a statement of intent.
Lovely little fix by Vera to put away his teammate Rosser on the down the short side. Just ran at that inside shoulder of the last defender, so created that 2-on-1. Outstanding play.
Great vantage point for Lynn Jones. Relatively pleased with the scoreline so far, but certainly not the area of the field that most of this game has been played in. Huge chance now for Lusitanos.
Let's do it again, okay? I'll be coming here. Keep the shoulder up, okay? You did it okay until now. Please keep it up. Okay, let's
So there'll be the argument between the forwards and backs. Whether it's forwards, boys, we're going to see the 8 pick. It's only 5 metres away. And the backs want it because there's a lot of space as you got rid of all the forwards in the scrum.
The pushers versus the players. The internal battles of the team.
I think I'd go for a number 8 pick, but I'm probably biased.
Yeah. Well, in an ideal world, you push over, but I don't think Delta are going to give this up too easily. It has wheeled though. Oh, and it's spilled out the side. Scrum penalty, Lusitanos.
Just saying that they've wheeled round, they stepped round the corner. You could see the hips shifting. Easy penalty for the ref to give them. Called a scrum again, clever call. Obviously your first instinct, if you can get the shove and go over, obviously that is, you're earning your dollar then. Second option for me would be an 8 pick. But anyone that plays in the backs will probably disagree with me.
If you're Van Balcom or Shoot, the halfbacks for Delta, then you've got to be expecting a massive Manuel Picao Eusebio to be running down your channel. Seen it a few times in the men's game in recent seasons in positions like this where the outside half has gone into flanker and they put the best tackling flanker in at outside half to try and counteract exactly that, but they have that on this occasion. We've got a change here. on the tight head side. So Van der Sleekter has gone off, and Luther has come on, wearing number 16. No respect for the jersey numbers.
I'm surprised
But
about
this is
that.
an interesting...
Janssen's been going well. Unless it's an injury.
Oh, another good scrum from Lusitanos. There's an advantage now, so a free go at it here on the left-hand side. Oh, stop short. Great cover tackle on Rossa. Try saving tackle. But it feels like a matter of time till Lusitanos go over for the second time. Desperate defending here from Delta. Pedro Lucas digs for it. They go to the right-hand side. Little kick in behind. Oh, it's been dropped again. Doria got hands on it. They're already playing the advantage.
Inside, a scrum.
That was a hard intro to the game for Luther on that tight head side.
Wasn't it indeed? Gave away the penalty, the angle. They're going to call again the scrum. Yes!
Oh, I love your reaction to it. And I'm sure it's been echoed by purists around the world. The problem you've got here is now Lusitanos, third penalty, third time they've gone for the scrum. It's getting to the point where they have to get something from this visit to the 22. Third
Obviously,
scrum, here we go.
Love to see the scrums, but perhaps it might have been the better option to go for the 3 points. But you know, if they're going to walk away with 7, it'll be the right decision.
Big collision. Good scrum. Watch out for Picao Eusebio. Oh, they pinched it. Goodness me. Oh, wow. Albers, the number 8 for Delta, comes away with the ball. And another chance has gone for Lusitanos. This game. The box kick clear. Only as far as Rossa. And now Cardoso Pinto puts his dancing feet to work in the middle of the park. Looks for the offload, finds Costa. And that's been knocked on by João Belo. And Van Spandong nearly gets away himself. Up over halfway, scrappy ball. But Delta somehow still only one converted try behind. Until now, beautiful feet, clean break. Cardoso Pinto, out of the back door, but no one's there. It was Harlem Globetrotter stuff, but it didn't need to be. And Lusitanos find another creative way not to score a try. This is bonkers. As is that decision. What is Dornenball doing? There's a player down. We might have to stop play here if it gets any closer. But Dornenball at 50 might have just pressed the panic button a little bit too quickly. Duarte Diniz.
Stop. Casper, tackle without the ball. It's okay.
Well, gone quickly. João Belo trying to do it himself. They're back within 5 meters. The captain taps and goes after that Dornenball tackle without the ball.
15. You may go.
And now Dornenball is sent to the bin. To be honest, he should have been sent to the bin for that kick ahead inside his own 22.
Not rolling away.
He has had a crazy 45 seconds, has Dornenball, and now he's going to have 10 minutes in the bin.
He's going to have 10 minutes to think about what he's been doing. This was absolute carnage all over the pitch. There was players everywhere. There was people tackling people about the ball. It was absolute chaos. But it brings the excitement, right?
Oh, it certainly does. But that tackle without the ball, after a mindless kick, there was no space there. Oh. Either way, he's in the bin now, not rolling away. compound errors can cost you. And he's made two pretty important ones there as Dornenbal. Firstly, the kick-ahead tackle without the ball, then not rolling away. Now he's in the bin. His team down to 14 for the remainder of this half.
Let's go, guys. Water outside. Let's go.
This is lovely footwork from Cardoso Pinto. He has been mustard for this half an hour or so. But then, that was maybe a little bit ill-advised. Nobody's perfect.
You'll probably think about that decision at the out the back that wasn't needed. Obviously, if it had gone to hand, it would have looked amazing. But you've done all the hard work. Just needed to play that phase.
Here's another chance then for Lusitanos. Duarte Diniz is in the armchair, but it's moving sideways. Now it's moving towards the line. Lusitanos closing in on try number 2. Around the line. Referee having a good look at this.
No. Okay. To be a scrum forward. Okay. Unplayable more. Red.
Oh, that's brilliant defending from Delta. They escape again. Lusitanos blow the opportunity again. And they are hanging on in this somehow.
They must have 9 lives. I don't know how they're getting through this.
Let's go.
Your Dornenbal sat on a bench, thinking about what he's done. Both teams have been down to 14 at some point in this half. Cardoso Pinto, it's his try that separates the teams. Lusitanos' scrum has definitely started to get the ascendancy, although Delta managed to win that one against the head. Remember that change on the tight head side. Luta is on. That's a much better scrum. And he's taken no chance and put his left foot to it, but now that means that the Lusitanos back 3 can have a go, and João Vieira does exactly that against Van Spandonk. That was Eusebio. Now Lucas up the short side, shifted on quickly. Cardoso Pinto kicks inside. Pedro Lucas chases. Pedro Lucas gets there, and that's the second try for Lusitanos. Finally they add to the score.
Yeah, that's been coming a long time, hasn't it? They've been knocking at the door. Beautiful hands from Vieira there, just little tip across, nice little kick through, and then Lucas, easy try, dots it over, untouched, brilliant try.
Keep your eye on the scrum half here. It's a lovely kick from Cardoso Pinto. He's been the difference maker, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been exceptional. He's a threat on ball, his kicking ability, he's putting other players away. He has been unstoppable, a real force to reckon with.
Easy conversion for Lucas. He's had 2 of the easiest he'll have all season. And that takes his personal tally up to 9 points. Lusitanos up to 14. Important now for Delta not to crumble, because they've done a lot of defending in their own red zone in this half, and they've got 4 minutes to go till half-time. They're down to 14. Just a solid bit of possession, solid bit of territory now, just to see themselves out to half-time.
Yeah, that's what you'd be looking, the experienced heads, to be saying, right, let's pin it deep, let's try and win that territory battle, and then when we get the opportunity, just keep the ball. You need to stop Lusitanos opening up now. You've got 3.5 minutes till half time till you get a breather and a reset.
Well, Vieira's knocked that on, and this is a chance for Delta. Maybe they could get something more before half time. Maybe some points on the board.
He was good on the ball, no advantage, become knock on green, scrum red.
Now a scrum in a really good position.
Probably the best
Fortunately,
attacking position they've had.
Yeah, definitely. But they're without their full-back if they do decide to use the back line here. It's a better scrum last time from Luther on the tight head side. He's managed to settle back in, or settle in, should I say, to the pace of the game and the strength of the Lusitanos scrum. Now, was there a suggestion of offside from Pedro Lucas? Was he in front of the kicker? Difficult to tell from the camera angle. He is like greased lightning when he gets underway. Now watch Albers, the number 8. In fact, they are going to leave it to the backs. So here's Shoot. Taking it to the line through Lehman. Good carry. But now a lot of the backs committed. So they peel around the corner. Great tackle from Vidina. Van den Bosch. Van Bolkom. Finally, some opportunity for the big Delta forwards to carry in the opposition 22 instead of their own. Shoot has to go by himself. Oh, there's a pick and a go and a bit of a gap here for Limin. Alarm bells ringing now for Lusitanos. Oh, it's gone forward. Off Ricano. And that takes us to half-time. Delta's best opportunity in the half comes to nothing. But they are somehow still in contention. An early try from Cardoso Pinto. Pedro Lucas added the second after a lovely chip ahead. 2 conversions added to. A yellow card for either side. It has been all action. Opportunities blown left, right and centre. But somehow this game is still in the balance. 40 minutes gone. It is Delta 0, Lusitanos 14. Rocky Clark, a fascinating game. I say I've got no idea what to make of it. Lusitanos definitely in the ascendancy. They should be home and hosed. But here we are at half-time. Delta 0, Lusitanos 14. What do you make of it?
What a scintillating game. It has been almost end-to-end stuff, probably halfway to the end. We've had Delta somehow, with about 400 lives, they've managed to stop so many tries. Lusitanos are going to be really disappointed with that. Delta's kicked away some really loose kicks, and when you got the back three of Lusitanos and Cardoso Pinto on absolute fire, it's really difficult to stop. So I just think they need to really tighten things up. Play a simpler game plan. So when they're in their 22, exit. 1 or 2 phases, exit. They're getting turned over after 4 or 5, and that's giving Lusitanos the opportunity to be in the try-scoring zone.
Well, let's take a look at some highlights. First of all, the opening try. This was Cardoso Pinto going over, showing a clean pair of heels. I always like to focus on positives. Some people don't. I do. So let's talk about some of the good things first that Delta did. They've made a lot of mistakes. Sometimes they've looked a little bit panicked, like we saw that ball go forward there off Dornenwald. But in terms of their spirit, the way they've played together, the way they've held on and defended their 22, that kind of team spirit is something that you can really focus in on, isn't it?
You can hugely build from that. Like we've seen Lynn Jones has come in, made a difference already. This team aren't going to give up easily. They are fighting everything, tooth and nail. The scramble defence is actually really pretty impressive. They're getting back, getting on the ball, working really hard.
What about this man then, Cardoso Pinto? It's been a battle of the fullbacks. Cardoso Pinto's been brilliant. This was a moment of madness from Dornenwald that cost him 10 minutes on the pitch. But in terms of positives for Lusitanos, cutting edge isn't one of them, but that man in the 15 jersey definitely is.
He is all over it today. Yeah, he's on fire.
Well, half-time, we'll be bringing you the second half live and uninterrupted. Make sure you join us for this. If Delta score first, then anything could happen. But Lusitanos definitely in the driving seat. They lead by 14 points to 0.
Stop, knock on.
Where's your friend?
Welcome back, everybody, as we continue the action here at the Rugby Europe Super Cup. It is week 1, round 1. Victories for Iberians and Tel Aviv Heat, both on the road. And so far, so good for Lusitanos. Of course, you can watch the other game as well. It is the Georgian Derby, and that'll be kicking off shortly. But of course, you'll be sticking with us until the end of this one. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you're watching around the world. Great to have your company. Great to have the company of Rocky Clark as well. Right, we've had a couple of minutes to think about what we've just seen. It was a crazy, crazy first half. If you're in that Lusitanos huddle now, what are the messages? You're the captain of this team. What are you telling everybody else?
Right, to not force it too early, play the phases, stick to our processes. Once we get that opportunity, once you get through and around players, flood the channels and just be sure of those passes. There's a couple of little forced passes once they've broke the first 2 or 3. It's the 4th one that goes down. Perhaps just need to work on having that as a phase and then play off of that.
And as for Delta, it was a difficult first half for them. They'll have learnt a lot about each other. The first time they've played together as a team in this particular 15. They're still down to 14, remember, with Dawn and Ball in the bin. What are the messages for them and how do they want to start this second half?
Yeah, exit, exit, exit. It's all about making sure that they're not overplaying in the wrong areas. So play in the right areas, play the phases, look after the ball. Again, they've struggled a little bit with the physicality of Lusitanos and lost a few balls in contact. That's when they really need to tuck it under the arm when they're getting tackled, really protect it, get people over fast to secure that breakdown. They can pin some faces together. They'll be grand.
What I love about this as well, so Delta, they're still in the change rooms, they're still coming out. Lusitanos, this is top level rugby, but they're still out there going through the same handling drills, whether it's an international team, whether it's a top club team, whether it's the under-11s team. There are still some things in rugby that just translate no matter what level you're playing at. Delta back out. Lynn Jones has had his words and he's readied the troops to go once again. I think the priority for them has got to be to get some points on the board. That'll feel like a massive relief, but they've not really had a massive opportunity. They were in the 22 at the end of the half, but it wasn't like they really blew it. But they do need to get some field position. As you said, exit, exit, exit. Make it hard for Lusitanos, because at the moment they probably had so much ball inside the opponent's 22. They can't believe their luck. Referee Christian's out there. He's ready to go. Delta in the red jerseys receiving the kickoff. Attacking the try line away to your left in the second half. Trailing by 14 points to 0. And we are underway. Second half is go. Delta with their hands on the ball first.
As we already spoke about, they need to look after the ball. It's these basic errors. Just get 2 hands on the ball and tuck it. Just make sure. Fancy stuff can come later once you've got the platform, especially chasing the game 14-0 down. Really important they get the next points if they're going to be competitive.
First scrum of the second half, another one pinched against the head by Delta. Oh, what a start from them. Hacked clear. There's that exit that you were talking about, Rocky. But it is back with Cardoso Pinto. Oh, more great feet from him. Needs to stay in field though, and the touchline never loses a tackle.
Yeah, that's the thing. With the exit, you need to not kick straight down the throat of the best player on the opposition. That would be my advice. So they've got the kick now, which is great. Now we just need to think about getting it into touch, just to relieve the pressure.
Great carry forward then by Delta, and a good start to the half. That was Fricano. And another penalty taken quickly. Van Bolcom. Oh, nice carry forward there by Vierenga.
No, you were down.
Real impetus in the start of the second half here for Delta. Now it's the hooker, Vagamaka. Vierenga getting his hands on the ball twice in quick succession. Delta made a lot of tackles in the first half. Those forwards will be delighted to get their hands on the ball, but Limen is driven back. But Van Spandonk is on hand to take the ball on. Rate Torgal back on the pitch making the tackle. Oh, where's this going to bounce? It's going to bounce up into the breadbasket. What a try by Delta! Schoenemacher gets on the end of it. First opportunity for Delta, first try, and that might be one of the finest we see all tournament.
All came from all the phases being built. Strong carries from the forwards, then the little crossfield, the bounce went straight up into his hands. An absolute run-in for Schoenemacher, brilliant finish. Now it's just got exciting.
Certainly has. And finally, we get to see what this Delta team can offer in attack. What a stunning score. Great identification of space. You need a little bit of luck as well, and Schoenemacher got that, bounced up into the breadbasket. Still had work to do. Oh, I can't wait to see the replay. Tough conversion. 2 scrum halves on kicking duty today. Don't see that very often. Tough one for the left footer. Not the best of strikes, and it remains Delta 5, Lusitanos 14.
Well, we said they needed to score the next points, didn't we, if it was going to show any signs of competitiveness. So that's exactly what we want as the viewer, getting these games closer. Want to see Delta really improve, and Lusitanos going to be pretty disappointed with that. However, I've got a feeling they're going to come back with everything, throw the kitchen sink at it now. Might be the wake-up call they needed.
Well, they're yet to have a touch in the second half. I saw a replacement creeping on. So that is Murta's game run. Francisco Murta, he came in as an emergency number 10, and then Francisco Couto is coming on to replace him. In the scrum cap wearing number 21. Back inside by Picao Eusebio. Lusitanos with some crunching hit on Francisco Bruno. And they've won the penalty. Oh, that's a massive tackle. If you take another look at that kick, here's Schoenemacher putting on the afterburners. Well gathered, well finished. Lusitanos coming across to cover, but not this time. First try of the tournament for Delta, and it is a special one. Both halves
we're
have
seeing them
started
come
with
up.
early tries.
Yeah, we're seeing them. They've got all their confidence now. They're up to the 22 again. They're making a habit of it. Quite liking it. Had a little sniff.
Well, I think everyone will be liking it, apart from Lusitanos. They go to the front, trick line out. Gives them a lot of width to work with. That was Luther with the carry. 5:14. This game back on. Lots of the rugby has been played in this 22. Definitely got value for money if you bought a ticket for this one. Once again, though, Delta's handling lets them down. Let's see how Lusitanos exit. Oh, they exit by putting some width on it. Really good work to get out of the 22, and the tackle wasn't complete either on João Vieira. And then they whip it the other way. East to west go Lusitanos. Now Diniz out there on the wing, pass inside to Beauty to Pedro Lucas. He's away. Oh, the inside ball is a good one. Delta chasing back for Lusitanos into the 22. Granate still going. Gets the ball away to Rossa. Well, Delta scored the try of the tournament, then Lusitanos comes straight back and top it. That was remarkable. East to west, north to south, and Rossa puts the cherry on the top of the most delicious cake.
What an amazing try. That was so good. I can't believe it. We thought they'd break down the side. Vieira had to work hard, jumped out of his tackle. Then we saw him swing back. Lovely little play. The open side, blind side flanker. Lovely little out the back pass out there to Granate, to Rossa to finish. What a try. What dreams are made of, eh?
We have been treated in 8 minutes to two of the most sensational scores. Both number 11s, adding ones to the highlights reel. This is why we love the Rugby Europe Super Cup, and Lusitanos, well, that Delta try was the shock to the system they needed. What a response. And the kick misses. He goes for the low drive under the wind. The punchy 6-iron. And it's still a 14-point game. Delta 5, Lusitanos 19. Well,
we wondered
well.
how they'd come back, didn't we?
Well, they'd come back with one of the best tries. And it's only the first weekend of the season. Welcome back, everyone. You've missed rugby, haven't you? Wowzers. Rolfema coming on, big man. He'll look to add some ballast to this Delta pack. Clean take from the restart, good take. And good strength from Prim da Costa. Replacement tight head for Lusitanos. Come on, wearing number 18. Good clearance kick, good chase as well. The replacement, Francisco Couto, getting his first taste of contact in this game.
Runs into one of the biggest men.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you've got to put it out there, haven't you? Confirmation. Rulsma coming on for Van den Bos, so it is a like-for-like substitution. More lovely feet from Cardoso Pinto. He runs into two red jerseys, but manages to beat the first man again. Really looking forward to seeing how he develops in this Lusitanos team over the season, because he looks like a fabulous player. And the change in the front row as well. Prim coming in for Bruno, confirmed.
Good pressure. 10 meters. You clear?
Two. Come on. 6. Come on. So,
Guys, if you get tackled, okay, leave the player to release the area, okay? Okay? You have to do more to get away from there, okay? So you guys, the discipline was great until now. Let's not do something else from now on, okay? No. Let's not do something else for now. There'll be a penalty against Red for not rolling away, okay?
Referee Christian just keeping a lid on things. Gosh, big shot that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, going to feel that tomorrow.
And a little bit of needle between the hookers as well. Yes, so Vargamaka. Just reminding his opposite number that he's still there. Yeah. Half an hour to go. Delta 5, Lusitanos 19. 2 tries before half-time, 2 sumptuous tries after half-time. Oh, Diniz fluffs his lines and it comes back with Van Balcom. And shifted on. Certainly a bit more fizz about Delta in the way they're carrying the ball, but again, Antonio Vidina, the outside centre, putting in big shots on big forwards. Competition for the ball, it's scrappy, but it comes back green. Cardoso Pinto out to Vieira. He puts it on the toe and it comes back Lusitanos' way. Francisco Couto raging onto the ball. Another good carry by Picao Eusebio. Slow ball, but it's good ball for Lusitanos. Vidina in at first receiver. And it comes now to Cardoso Pinto. He takes it to the line, gets through the line of defence as well. The inside ball is a good one. It's over the top, and Lusitanos are treating us to some delightful rugby. Inside, outside, through the gap. Cardoso Pinto is the architect again, but it's finished off by Rosa. He gets his second, and Lusitanos putting on a show.
Absolute baller of a try there. Loving it. Nice little kick through. Coulter takes it up. And it's this man, the man on fire, Cardoso Pinto. It's putting players away, left, right and centre. Absolute threat on the ball. Now the try came from a couple of little missed passes, like going out the back. Lovely to see Costa pulling the ball out the back. Gives them space. We had Diniz in support. Just easy run-ins. Flooding through, ball carrier's gone through, got an option left, got an option right. Textbook, absolute treat to watch.
And Rosa, it's his name on the scoreboards, but as a winger, your awareness of where the play is going to be, of where the ball is going to be, is such a huge part of the game. He's got a nose for the try line, and that's twice now. He's clinically finished brilliant moves, and that's something that Lusitanos really lacked in the first half.
Yeah, they just know where the player's going to be. The balls are going to hand now, whereas before, remember we said third or fourth pass perhaps wasn't, whereas this one they are making the right decisions. The support's there every time. Clearly done a lot of work on support play in their offloading games in pre-season.
Back underway. Well, Delta chasing the game. Lusitanos now with a bit between their teeth. They are playing with the handbrake off, and it is a joy to watch. There's width on the ball. It's a little bit too quick there from João Belo, but that's because he wants to get the ball in the hands of Cardoso Pinto, because he does this cruising through the midfield. Cardoso Pinto. Penalty advantage now for Lusitanos. Duarte Diniz over the gain line again. They're pouring forward. Eusebio. Vidina, quick ball out to the right-hand side. It's knocked on, but they'll go back for the penalty.
What a treat. The quick hands they're using, just drawing and passing. It came from 2 quick early rucks that literally, Nine was there, lifted to the next forward runner coming round the corner, smashed it up, next one, drawed people in, and they just tried to go wide. But just a little knock on which cost them the phases, but they were playing advantage.
Oh, they missed touch. Let off for Delta. And they hoik that one upfield. There is a Delta player down as that one takes an awkward bounce. Oh, it's not only taking an awkward bounce, it's ended up with Delta. Edwards is just on the pitch. He's going to go under the post. And this sensational game keeps on gifting us beautiful tries to enjoy. They say you make your own luck. And Edwards has certainly got on the end of a big slice there.
I thought, wow, that's brave to go there, but geez, that support from Edwards, he is absolute rocket chasing that up, and that just shows any youngsters never give up. They keep chasing. The ball is an odd shape, and it can go anywhere, and the bounce just went up for him. He's absolute gas, backing himself, straight under the post, first touch. What a star.
Well, at half-time when we said this game is really well poised, I didn't know exactly how well poised, and I had no idea that the 15 minutes after half-time were going to bring us such brilliant entertainment. We've seen 4 incredible tries. Well, the conversion's over, and that means we get to go again.
So how are Lusitanos going to respond to this? Last time they got an absolute worldie of a try. What's going to happen now?
Still had work to do there, because when you're approaching that ball at 100 miles an hour, you just put a hand out and it's got to stick. And as soon as it stuck, it was on for Edwards. Lovely finish. Keeps Delta in touch. Also keeps whoever's cutting up the highlights reel for this game very busy, because how they're going to choose what to select is anybody's guess. Knock on from the restart. We get to look at the scrum again.
It's what you don't want as Delta. Just scored an amazing try. You receive the kick and then you knock it on. You've got to take these opportunities, and these are just basics that you need to, string these phases together, string some possession together.
Still 25 minutes of this one to go. Still lots of time for entertainment. And I wonder, 14-point deficit, if Delta still believe that they can get something from this match. If they get the next score, it's definitely on. But if Lusitanos makes something happen here, then it's a real uphill struggle, as it has been for Delta for the majority of this game. Lucas digs for it. Oh, the ball was good. Alas, it was knocked on, taken to the line. And immediately, there's the difference in the Delta game. A good clearance kick, making Lusitanos work for that field position.
Yep, just think how different it could be if they'd have started the game with this.
Okay, he caught the ball in the 22, he kicked, it's okay here.
Santos coming on for Costa in the front row. Good shift at the cuttle face for the loose head.
Very good game.
Lusitanos inside their own half. Good feet from Bello. Such a versatile player. Played at scrum half, started at 12, now he's at outside half. Oh, looking for that fizz ball across the face to Couto. But out it goes for a line out.
Good field position here for Delta to get an attack from. Just got to settle, get possession, play the phases, and when it's on to go. We've seen the pace that they've got.
Wagamaka. Line out not been great for Delta, but better that time. Substitutions being made thick and fast here. Van der Sleeter for Louter confirmed. Decent ball. They go back the other way, Delta. Oh, crunching hit, but well ridden by Fricano. Now looking for the chip over the top again. It will be contested, but Couto takes it well. Right then, scrum down Delta in the 22. Big opportunity.
Yeah, their scrummaging has probably been one of their most successful parts of their game. They had a couple shaky ones in the middle when they made the substitution, but now they're back in it. Real good attacking opportunity here.
So I want you to bind longer, okay, on the body, not on his arm, okay?
Referee just stating that he wants a longer bind from Lusitanos.
Van Balcom at 9. His head will be bursting with ideas. But what he needs first is a solid scrum from his Delta forwards. First job done. Oh, it's an 8 pick. It's a good 8 pick as well, and it takes Delta to within 5 meters. Another pick, another go. Virenga is over. Delta back in the game. 20 minutes to go, and this one's in the balance.
What a comeback there. Brilliant. 8 pick. Basics done well. Really strong scrum. We've said their scrum is a good attacking weapon. Strong pick from 8. Gets round, and then the open side, Berenguer gets through. Quick pick over the line. Back in it. They get the points, and they're only trying it.
The pace of the ball is massive, isn't it? When you're pouring forward, when you're winning that race around the corner, as soon as you get beaten, there's just no way of catching up. This is so much better from Delta, so much more clinical. Important conversion. Takes them to a converted try difference. And they are within a converted try. It's 19-26. There's 20 minutes to go. It's 3 tries to 4. Rick Van Balcom off the back of a brilliant scrum from Delta. And he had a lot of work to do there, didn't he, Dirk Virenga? Had to get through some big men.
He did indeed, but it started with his pal Momos who do the big 8 pick. Tied in a couple of players.
There's Edwards, the try scorer. Decent carry, and for the first time, Delta have received a kick-off well. Where's this kick going? They've kept it in field. Oh, and they've taken it. The wind in the Delta sails. They put boot to ball again. This one bouncing around. Pressure on Cardoso Pinta. Good tackle, and Edwards is there again. Lusitanos do well, secure the ball, but Delta not making it easy for them. Well, that one's sniffing around the try line. Has it gone loose? Oh, it's been knocked on. Oh, this is enormous.
I tell you what, can we just have a bit of appreciation for the second row there? Fricano running down, making that tackle. He's absolutely busted a gut to get there, made that tackle on the danger man of the game. Cardoso Pinta manages to get that just meters away from the try line. It is huge now.
That's where the ball went forward. And look how much difference a solid kicking game can make. 2 good kicks from the base from Rick Van Balcom. And look where Delta find themselves. Momos,
do you think we'll see a Momos carry? Yeah, I think we might.
Well, he's going to fancy it, isn't he? They need to get the ball back first. It's wheeled that way. And he's digging for it here, Momos. Well, no, they're going to have to put some width on it. Edwards Tries to free the hands, can't quite get there. Huge opportunity now. Oh, the pass has gone into touch. Sean Macker couldn't get his go-go gadget arms on it. And now it's Delta's chance to blow an opportunity in the 22.
This could have been the comeback of all comebacks, wasn't it? They absolutely devastated Limon, that massive pass that wasn't needed. That's where they need that composure, just to calm, play that phase. We've said about it a few times now, play the phase. It might take another 1, 2 or 3, but as long as you've still got the ball, absolutely fine.
Well, we've talked about Delta in the last few minutes or so. What about that defensive scrum from Lusitanos to stop Momas going from 8?
They're the scrums that really count, aren't they? I know when you're 5 metres out at either end, you have to somehow, even if you're hanging, you have to find something from somewhere. Give that extra bit, and how important was that to stop that big man having a run?
Well, they're going to have to stop him again, because there was a mistake at the line-out, and Dirk Mommers, that gargantuan human in the number 18 jersey, is going to have another go. The man who started at number 8, Albers, is now packing down on the blind side. Into the last 15 minutes. What a game this has turned out to be. The Rugby Europe Super Cup is well and truly underway. Oh, another good scrum from Lusitanos, but Momas can go, and he can drag the scrum half with him, but needs to find the floor. And he does. Delta deep in the Lusitanos 22. Time for Lusitanos to do some defending a lead that looked comfortable at one point in this game. Dirk Virenga, scorer of the try, that helped to get them back in it. Now Van Bolkum digs. Lusitanos set in defence, so Delta going to have to do it the hard way. Virenga, what a workhorse he's been in this second half. Lusitanos over the ball, massive turnover. Querejo makes it. Oh, that's massive.
See how much that meant to them, getting that holding on penalty. Just got a little bit isolated, didn't he, Virenga? Enabled Lusitanos to get over quickly. Massive work on for the Delta is their ball presentation. They seem to be landing on the side, which is just such easy pickings for anybody in that jackling position, locking on, taking the ball, and getting the penalty.
Well, that penalty that he's just won there, Querejo, that was his last action of the game, and what an action to go out on. Vasco Batista comes on, so fresh legs in the back row for Lusitanos. And they will be relieved to be out of the 22. Oh, it's not straight! Errors creeping in and adding to the drama.
Very good last scrum, guys. Yeah, the last scrum was very good. Time off. 9. One red. And two. Who is captain? Number 9. Number 9, okay.
Front row changes being made for Delta.
Those boys have put a really good shift in, haven't they?
Oh, they certainly have. When you think about all the scrums, in the first half inside their own 22, sometimes 5 metres out from the try line, where they kept their team in it. But now fresh legs, fresh opportunity for these Delta players.
Called impact players for a reason. You want them to make a big impact. 12 minutes to go, fresh legs, and they bring to the scrum.
Coming into the last 10 minutes. Well, straight away they've won a scrum penalty. Painted a good picture early.
Yeah, we just saw Lusitanos just diving down, going to floor, won the penalty early. Great impact so far from the Delta forwards.
The captain, Langeland, as you mentioned, what a shift he put in. Evan Bloemers comes on to replace him on the loose head side. And Delta straight back into the 22. The way the pendulum swung in this game. Great take, great first touch from Zonneveld, but then the penalty. Oh.
Easy let off. He's just gone into his own player. They've done the hard bit, haven't they? They won the line out. Gone up, set it up for the maul, and he's just gone into his own player. A real let off again.
And a chance to clear. Will they have another opportunity? There's certainly time on the clock. And if there's anything we've learnt in this game, that it does not take either team long to create some magic. More changes for Lusitanos. Chimois coming on wearing number 17. Azevedo coming on wearing 22. So a change in the forwards and a change in the backs. And Chimois goes straight onto line-out duty. And finds his man. Martin Bello plucks that one from the air. More great work at the maul. A couple of times they've managed to turn that ball over today, Delta.
Great grappling there by Rolf Vesma. He's just been on him. Huge giant of a man, just arms wrapped round, able to just get on him, clamp on, and then get the turnover.
The all-action Duarte Deniz, who's been replaced. He's another one who's put in quite the shift, the hooker.
Especially that first half, he was everywhere, wasn't he? He was on the wing, he was in the centre, he was getting Jacqueline penalties.
The scrum halves out there making friends. And that scrum goes backwards, but it does come back in favour of Delta. Still got 8 minutes here, but they have been vastly improved. I think regardless of what happens for the rest of the game, both of these teams can go into the rest of the season very optimistic. Now Dornenball, knocks it on again. Did so much right, but he's got away with it because there's an offside penalty.
That is lucky, because it just looked like he was had oil on his hands. It just came out.
Oh, they've only got a missed touch. But they get another go again. Dornenball. Straight into touch. As I said at half-time, I always like to concentrate on the positives, but Dornenball has made a few errors today when you consider the tackle without the man, the yellow card, knocking that ball on and then putting it straight into touch. One just seems to follow the other, doesn't it?
I think now he's actually just trying too hard, whereas he just needs to stick with the basics. His footwork is exceptional. Have that ball as tight.
Oh, and that charge down's exceptional. Lusitanos, is that a key intervention? Back on the ball, the big men can go to work once more. Granate takes it to ground. That's Azevedo, the replacement scrum half. João Belo, they're over the 10. And Lusitanos finally, with a little bit of ball, it's been Delta doing to them what they did to Delta in the first half. Granate, oh, the ball goes to ground. Both teams nervous, and I'm not surprised. 6 minutes to go, one score in it. Evan Bloomers cocks it up.
Knock on by green. No advantage. Scrum red. Good contest on the ball there. We come back to advantage. Knock on by green. Scrum red.
Games like these, games like today, these are why we love rugby, you know.
It's enough. Let's play.
This one in the balance.
Let's play.
Delta, let's be honest, back from the dead, because they had so little to feed off in the first half.
I think they were able to feed off of the Satanos' own errors, didn't they? They missed their opportunities when they must have had 20 opportunities in the 22. But they've kept in it, they've kept close. A couple of worldy of tries has brought them back in a try from it with 5 minutes to go.
If you are just tuning in with 5 minutes to go, please make sure that you scroll back and watch all of the tries in this game, because these two teams, particularly in the second half, have put on a clinic. Some beautiful work. Have Lusitanos done enough to get an opening day win? They have got the scoreboard on their side, and with every second that passes, they've got the clock on their side as well. But if Delta get one more opportunity, one more penalty here, then it'll be a nervy final few minutes for Lusitanos. Delta, deep, Dornan ball. Lovely feet, lovely balance again. That's what he does so well. Mazy run takes them up to halfway. Bit of a hospital pass that the big second row Fricano manages to make a positive out of. Oh, the referee in the way. That presents quick ball from Van Bolcom. Christian in the channel. Again, they put boot to ball. That's been a good tactic in the second half. João Belo, steps one way, steps the other. Now creates some space for Vieira. Back inside to João Belo. Beautiful hands here from Lusitanos. And the nudge in behind. A foot race forward. Are they going to get the bounce? Oh, Delta get there first to prevent another world-class score. Oh my goodness me, when Lusitanos cut loose Rocky Clark, they're a joy to watch.
They're unstoppable, aren't they? And it's tiny margins, you know. Could have easily just dotted that down. Full-back covers across from Delta, gets his hand on the ball, but wow, just so exciting to watch. They're just, you know, there's 4 or 5 players in the shop. They're just flooding through. They've got options wherever they want to pass. It's nearly a score.
Well, Sean Macca kept them in the game. He's off his wing, defending on the other wing. Great awareness from Sean Macca. It was his brilliant try that started this Delta comeback. From the crossfield kick, gathered it and head up the left-hand side. Now for shoot, what does he do here? Does he get maximum distance on it, or does he do it for competition? No, it's an awkward end-over-end one. And it's Lusitanos getting through tackles. Lovely feet from Rossa. He's on a hat-trick. 2 great poachers tries, great team tries for him. Penalty advantage. This is a kickable penalty as well, and this could spell the end for Delta. It's been all points from tries and conversions so far, but surely if Lusitanos go back for this one, they can't pass up the opportunity. Oh, we're not going to go back for the advantage at all. It's Delta ball.
Play on, it's okay.
Is this the last chance saloon? 78 minutes says our clock. 19:26 says the scoreboard. Coaching staff nervously watching on. That gum is getting a serious chewing. Oh, little duck inside. Couple of Lusitanos tacklers fly by the man. Lynn Jones looking on nervously. It's getting to the point where, even though they've been down and out in this game, they'll be disappointed not to get anything from it if that's the case. Virenga tries to wriggle away, goes towards the touchline. They need to stay in. Lehman just about manages to do so, but this has been 45 seconds of nothing for Delta. And they kick the ball upfield into the hands of the danger man, Cardoso Pinto, who goes sideways before going forward. He's great at creating space and finds Vieira. Vieira up over the 10. Good cover tackle. But he gets a second bite at it, João Vieira. He's been quietly brilliant. That's a decent line. Penalty advantage now. Lusitanos into the 22. It's kickable. It's in front of the post. Surely now, this is the end, and Lusitanos can put this one to bed.
Yeah, you'd have thought they'd have taken the points here. Just deciding what to do.
They've gone for the line out. This is absolutely bonkers.
There you go.
Well, Rocky Clark, you are a team captain of hundreds of professional matches over many years. You've captained, you've coached, you've won a World Cup. Can you please explain to me why Lusitanos are going for the line out here, not the penalty to kill the game?
I'll be honest, I'm struggling. I definitely would have took the points as a captain or as an experienced player. I'd be quietly having a word saying, take the points. But, you know, I guess it's the right decision if they score from this, but wow, risky business.
Well, it's a chance to kill the game, and it's not straight. Oh, this is a weird and wonderful and bonkers and brilliant game. I have loved every minute of it, especially in the second half. Lusitanos had the chance to kick the penalty to put the game to bed. The clock has hit 80. Look, if Delta are going to get anything from this, it's going to have to be a miraculous play. But we shouldn't even be in this circumstance.
Now, if you looked in 10-15 minutes of the game, you'd have thought Lusitanos were going to run away with this. You wouldn't have thought there's 7 points in it.
Well, it's the last chance saloon for Delta. Not only that, but there's a queue at the bar because Lusitanos are turning the screw. They're inside their own 22. They're going to need to make a miracle. The clock's red. They've kicked the ball clear. Cardoso Pinto, well, he's going to run it back. No sign of kicking the ball dead because he sees broken field. And Cardoso Pinto goes round the outside. This could be a fantastic way to end it. He finds Vieira. Lusitanos knocking on the door again. Once again, it's Cardoso Pinto doing the damage.
15. Not holding body weight. Okay, falling down.
It's a really dangerous track for us. It's a very quick play, 10 meters from the try line.
I know he has a yellow, don't put pressure. Options.
Oh, another lovely run from Cardoso Pinto. He has been a joy this afternoon.
Every ball he's touched, he's created something, hasn't he? And majority of the time he's made 30-40 metres or he's put somebody away. Absolute talisman of the team.
Well, there's still time to scrummage. Confirmation the time is up. So Lusitanos now, what do? Do they scrum it? Do they kick it out? Or, going by the kamikaze play that we've seen from them already, are they going to have a good go at it here?
I think they're going to have a good go at it. And how well their scrum's gone the last 10 minutes, I think they'll go for the pushover. Oh, gone down.
Going down, same position. Scrum again, green. Come a little closer now.
Well, cast your mind back. Delta have 1-2 against the head. Even if they do it here, there's still 95 minutes to go. Surely the game is done. Oh, Cardoso Pinto.
Let's just hold the pressure and not go there.
Huge respect, João Vieira as well, the number 14, the experienced winger. He has had a great game too.
Coach!
It's the final phase of play. Azevedo puts the ball in. Oh, it's shot out the side. Lusitanos desperately trying to get rid of the ball.
Will scrum by red. Scrum.
Oh, it's another penalty.
Will scrum by red.
Lusitanos, please put them out of their misery. Tap it, kick it dead, do something.
But also we saw the loose kick from Delta to kick it straight down Carlos Pinto's throat. They could have easily kicked it
I
out.
cannot move you anyway because it's the same. Okay.
You're going for the scrum. I love this. I love the ambition. I love the way they want to finish in style. Look at all the backs they've fanned out. They want to put on a show for the crowd that have come to watch. I'll put a little bit of gloss on the scoreboard as well, because at half-time, they'll have been expecting to put their foot on the floor and really disappear out of sight. But a spirited, quality Delta active put paid to that. Delta actually winning the second half by 19 points to 12 at the moment.
90. Stop. Knock on by Green.
Well, a knock-on ends the game. Ends a brilliant game, a fabulously entertaining game. These two teams get off the mark. The points go to Lusitanos, but Delta can certainly use that as a platform to build for the rest of the season. The full-time score, 19-26, just 7 points in it. And in the sunshine here, a lovely early season game. The full-time score, Delta 19, Lusitanos 26. Last year's finalists off to winning ways. Delta showing massive improvements. Rocky, your thoughts on what we've seen?
50-50, okay? 50-50.
It has been such an exciting game. You know, we thought it was going to go one way. Delta held on, had 400 lives and were able to keep in it. Second half comeback from the Comeback Kings. Wow, brilliant. They've grown. They had a really solid platform from the scrum. They've had a couple of sensational tries with the crossfield to Shawmaker. Definitely need work on their ball presentation, but their scramble D is another level, and they never give up attitude. So good. Lusitanos, they did enough to secure the win. Their speed of ruck and their ambition to play, getting it wide, is second to none. They're flooding through. That shows why they were finalists last year. They just need to make these passes stick, and when they did, easy pickings. And you've got the likes of Cardoso, Pinto just on fire, putting people away, being a massive threat. You can play some really exciting rugby off of that.
With regards to Delta, you said they've grown. It felt like they grew in that game. The team in the second half looked like a completely different group to the team in the first half. And I'll tell you what, no one's going to want to play them. With that spirit, with that just staying in the game, giving themselves the opportunity to win it, they've got the makings of a really competitive outfit this year. Well, we're going to be hearing from both teams.
Okay, welcome back in the Netherlands at Rugby Club Eemland. We've just seen an amazing match, especially the second half really appeared different to me. What can you tell me about the second half?
Well, I want to start with the first half actually, because we knew it was going to be a rough game with a new team playing against some strong competitors. And I'm happy that we fought very hard in the first half to make sure we get the momentum in the second half.
Yeah, I can see that happening. So what happened in the changing room? What made you change for the second half? It was different to watch.
It was different to watch, but in essence we did exactly the same thing as we did in the first, but we executed it better. We knew it would be hard. We had to wait, grind them down, and keep playing in that half of the field. And you saw if we kept at it, kept pushing the plan, at the end they were breaking down. Under pressure, teams break down, and yeah, we almost made it back. I'm really proud of the guys.
Yeah, good to have you today, and thank you for the interview. Enjoy the team talk. Cheers.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Hi Lynn, we've just seen an amazing match. What happened in the changing room at halftime? Because the second half was slightly different to me. How do you see that?
Well, look, we spoke before the game that the first 20 minutes was going to be very difficult for us. We've got no games behind us. We're a new team, and we grew into the game. We grew with confidence, and we started to execute the game a little bit better, and we're a little bit wiser today now. And hopefully we can grow from here. But that was a powerful performance by us. We worked hard, and with hard work, you've got a chance. And we had a bonus point, believe it or not.
Yeah. You did amazing. Well, you're a new coach to this team. It's the first time that you've seen them in a test match. So what are you taking with you from this game into the next tests?
Look, it's not for me. It's for the players to believe systems, and as long as the skill execution is accurate, then everything is possible. Without skill execution, nothing works.
Well, I perfectly agree with that. Thanks for the interview and enjoy the day.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers. Wow, nice to have you. You just had a great win today. It was a really spectacular match to view. How did you enjoy the match?
We knew we were going to have a really tough battle physically, and we did. We wanted to use our speed to try and counterattack that physicality. Our individual mistakes hurt us a lot, but I think in the end we came out with a win. So congratulations to the team.
Yeah, especially congratulations are in order. The second half looked slightly different because I think Delta brought a slightly different game. How did that work for you?
We lost a bit of dominance in the second half. We were on our back foot for a lot of time. We had to defend. We had a lot of scrums and lineouts that were really hard to defend. Again, congratulations to the team and to the forwards that fought really hard to keep the points out.
Yeah, I'm grateful for having you here today. It was a spectacular match to watch. Thanks for the interview. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Hi, the coach of Lusitano. It was a great match to view. A good win for you. Congratulations on that. Was it the match that you envisioned to play today?
No, it was clearly not the match we wanted to play. Credits to Delta that put us in pressure and good defense, but mainly it was a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors. We couldn't do any of the basics, so this is the first game of the season, so new players, and I'm sure that the good about this competition, next week there'll be another game, so this is good for us to wake up, see what we need to work, and next week I'm sure we'll be stronger.
Yeah, thanks for that. I think it was a great match. In the second half, it looked slightly different than the first half. Does any learnings for you? Are they there? What are you taking to the next games in the season?
Yeah, the first half was just about us. I don't think Delta went to our pitch almost just once, I think. Second half we started well, scoring 2 tries, and I think the boys just relaxed, and Delta keep on believing, and we keep on making mistakes, no possession, losing every ball we had, so we keep on feeding the opponent, and they took it.
Nice performance today. Thanks for the commentary. Well, I hope to see you again soon. Okay. Cheers.
Thanks.
Well, a great point made there at the end. Delta just kept believing, didn't they, Rocky? And if they keep on believing for the rest of the season, then they can have a very good season indeed.
They can indeed. There's so much to build from, and can't wait to see them flourish over these next few games, to be honest. And they've showed real potential today and a real staying power. And if they can just tidy up a few bits, which they will with Lynn Jones under the leadership of him, I think they're going to be a good team and up and coming.
Confirmation of the score again then, 19-26. We've talked a lot about the spirit of Delta. What about the spirit of Lusitanos? Because it didn't go their way in the second half, but they still kept on trying to play. And when it went right, I mean, wow. That is rugby that you could see anywhere, at any level, and your jaw would be on the floor.
Yeah, it's just awesome to watch, wasn't it? Just to see how they can attack from anywhere, and the threats running off the ball, and that man himself again, Cardoso Pinto, was just everywhere today, scoring tries, putting people away, line breaks, just so good.
Some of this ball here, just creating space, creating opportunities. And he used that kick really well, didn't he? He seemed to identify space and just sort of dab the ball there. And if that is a skill that you've got, it's just a natural thing to some people. Didn't always come off, as we saw there, that offload out of the back when the rest of his teammates weren't on the same wavelength. But a try for him, couple of assists. This was the second one. This was the Lucas try. And when that second try went in, I must admit, I feared for Delta. I thought it could be a long second half.
Yeah, I must admit I was the same as well, but they were able to get back in the game. Couple of lucky bounces, and like you said, you make your own luck.
Well, they did make their own luck here. Well, that was the first one, and I thought, oh, that's going to be the best try we see all day. Little did I know that this was about to happen. That shift out of the back door. What a try. And then this. This was glorious, wasn't it?
Sublime, wasn't it? Just that ball back inside. Great support. Little bit of a loopy pass, but he manages to take hold of it. 2 for Rota.
And then back comes Edwards. He comes steaming onto a ball. When that ball went forward, he'd have been thinking about melting the fullback. Then all of a sudden, it bounces up in his direction. He thinks, oh, crikey, I'm in here. Incredibly enjoyable game. The sun has shone and the rugby has delivered. Delta unlucky in the end, but plenty to build on. Lusitanos in their quest to get to a second final, get off to winning ways. 3 games down, there is one going on. The Georgian Derby is currently happening. You can watch it live on Rugby Europe TV. Thank you for joining us wherever you've watched it around the world. All of the Western Conference teams are underway. 5 points for the Iberians. Lusitanos pick up 4. It's a bonus point in defeat for Delta, so they're in 3rd place. It's Brussels Devils down there in 4th. It was a heavy defeat for them yesterday, but they've got to wash it off and go again. Been great to have your company. Can't wait to bring you the competition throughout the rest of the season. You can head over to watch that Georgian Derby on Rugby Europe TV. And let us know what you think as well. Stay in touch on social media. It's great to have the supporters on board wherever you're watching around the world. But from myself, Dave Rogers, and Rocky Clark, thank you for joining us. And until next time, goodbye.